Since the dawn of mankind, Jerusalem, the holy city, has played an important role in historical, religious and prophetic records. Its mysterious and meaningful aura transcends borders and has captured the imagination of millions of people around the world. Amidst ancient legends and prophetic visions, this sacred city appears as the epicenter of events that determine not only the fate of nations, but also the destiny of all mankind. The sacred scriptures of various religious traditions repeatedly prophesy that Jerusalem is the central scene of the apocalyptic events that precede the end times. The ancient stones and walls seem to whisper secrets about the last days of human history. In the Christian Bible, for example, we find explicit references to Jerusalem as the center of the Great Tribulation and divine revelations. But what makes Jerusalem so unique? Why is this city mentioned so often in end-time prophecies, and what do these prophecies sound like? Today we enter the halls of history and prophecy and explore Jerusalem's role as a center of hope, fear and speculation. We will explore the various interpretations and meanings ascribed to this city over the centuries and delve into sacred scriptures and apocalyptic visions that echo through time. To understand Jerusalem is, in a sense, to understand the fate of humanity in times of uncertainty and insecurity. The name Michael, which derives from the Hebrew and means, one who is like God, is a powerful reminder of his position as the heavenly protector of the divine will against evil forces that threaten the cosmic order. The relationship between Jerusalem and Saint Michael the Archangel takes on added significance in our time, when geopolitical and religious tensions are reaching alarming proportions. And the world is facing the inevitability of conflicts that could trigger a catastrophe of apocalyptic proportions, such as the predicted war of Gog and Magog. This conflict is the subject to deep reflection by scribes and believers and preoccupies an entire generation with its enigmatic nature and eschatological implications. Apocalyptic visions describe it as a cosmic confrontation of epic proportions. In the skies above Israel, where Russian and Islamic forces are said to be attacking in overwhelming force from the north, this eschatological vision has sparked intense debate and speculation. There is a close connection with the fate predicted for Israel in the biblical record, particularly in the book of Ezekiel. We are living in a very difficult time today where prophecies are being fulfilled, but many are unaware of what is happening in the world. That is why I have made my digital book, Bible Prophecies, Revealing the End Times, available for download now. Privipnum Commentary, this book will help you unravel all the mysteries of Bible prophecies that will change your life. Click on the first pinned commentary as we have very few units and it will be deleted. Click now and get your book in digital format. The prophetic book of Ezekiel depicts events of cataclysmic proportions that serve as a prelude to the unfolding of final events. In his verses, Ezekiel takes us to the epicenter of this impending clash, describing it as a confrontation that will shake the very foundations of human history. In chapter 38 verses with Dr. Posh, we are invited to turn our attention to Gog, the supreme leader of the land of Magog, the influential prince of Mission Fuwa. The prophet proclaims a divine message against him, announcing the direct intervention of the Lord Jehovah. Behold, I am against you, Prince Gog of Mission Thuba. And I will crush you and put the key in your mouth and draw you with all your army. For believers who delve into the depths of Scripture, the war of Gog and Magog is not just a historical event, but rather a living testimony of divine providence over God's chosen people. The Bible repeats the promise that Israel will be saved even in the face of the darkest threats by the supernatural intervention of the Almighty, who thus proves his unshakable faithfulness to the pact he has made with his people over the centuries. Thus every prophetic word of Ezekiel sounds like an echo of divine plans that determine the fate of the nations and signal the fulfillment of eternal promises. The fundamental importance of trust in divine guidance is emphasized, especially in the darkest periods of humanity's historical journey. However, the history of Israel also teaches us that divine assistance is inextricably linked to faithfulness and adherence to God's teachings over the millennia. The people of Israel experienced ups and downs in their relationship with the divine and reaped rewards depending on their obedience or disobedience to divine commandments. In the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verses 1 to 2, we find a divine promise that has echoed down through the centuries. If you listen to the voice of the Lord your God and keep all his commandments and do what I command you today, the Lord your God will set you over all the peoples of the earth. In this covenant between God and his people, the conditions for the divine exaltation and protection of Israel are clearly defined. Furthermore, the lack of recognition of Jesus as the promised Messiah, who was eagerly awaited by many of Israel's inhabitants, plays a decisive role in the historical fate of the country. Despite the numerous messianic prophecies in the Jewish scriptures pointing to the coming of the Redeemer, many in Israel did not recognize in Jesus the fulfillment of these prophecies, which led to profound differences in interpretation and religious practice over the centuries. The Archangel Michael becomes a prominent figure whose role extends beyond the words of the sacred texts and into the spiritual realms. Throughout the book of Daniel, Michael is revealed as a powerful prince whose intervention is necessary in spiritual battles, especially in the confrontation with the prince of Persia. Daniel tells us in chapter 10, verse 13, "But the prince of the kingdom of Persia opposed me for 21 days. But Michael, one of the first princes, came to my aid, and I left him there with the kings of Persia. In the prophetic visions of the last days, Michael appears as the watchful protector of the chosen people, embodying the strength and security he brings to those who face trials. In Daniel, chapter 12, verse 1, it says, "At that time Michael, the great prince who protects the children of your people, will arise. And there will come a time of distress such as has not been since the time of the nations. But at that time your people will be delivered, all who are written in the book." This passage emphasizes the central role of Michael as a spiritual leader who guides and protects the followers during the trials leading to the final consummation. His presence is a source of encouragement and support for those who trust in the divine promise of salvation and deliverance. The conviction of Michael's heavenly intervention and his ability to protect the faithful from unfavorable times plays a crucial role in the eschatological teachings of numerous religious traditions. Beyond the religious sphere, the figure of the Archangel Michael resonates in popular culture and in the collective consciousness. His image is frequently mentioned in novels, literary works and film productions as a symbol of courage, justice and divine assistance. The image of Michael as a heavenly warrior who opposes the forces of evil has inspired the imagination of people of all times and cultures. In Christian sacred art, Michael is usually depicted as a heavenly warrior who defeats the devil under his feet. This symbolic image embodies the conviction of the ultimate victory of good over evil and of the divine defense against the forces of darkness. The veneration of Michael as guardian and protector of the faithful further strengthens faith in the conviction of divine intervention in earthly affairs. In the rich tradition of Christian iconography, the figure of the Archangel Michael is often majestically painted and carved and depicted as a heavenly warrior in shining armor and with a flaming sword in his hand. He triumphs over the forces of darkness and the devil himself is defeated at his feet. This image not only symbolizes the certainty of the final victory of good over evil, but also serves as a powerful reminder of the divine protection that is always available to the faithful in their spiritual battles. The image of Michael as invincible guardian and protector inspires loyalty and deep trust in divine intervention in human affairs. Throughout the centuries, the faithful have turned to him in times of need, seeking his intercession and protection from evil forces that seek to obstruct the path of truth and justice. Michael is considered a powerful ally in the fight against sin and oppression, and his presence is seen as a source of strength and hope for all. Furthermore, the image of Michael as a heavenly warrior has also found a strong resonance in popular imagination and contemporary culture. In art, literature, music or film, his image is often seen as a symbol of courage, righteousness and divine protection. His story of confronting and defeating the forces of evil has inspired the imagination and admiration of people of all ages and cultures for centuries. Thus, the depiction of Michael as a heavenly warrior transcends religion to become a widely recognized and revered symbol that continues to inspire and empower those who seek light amidst the shadows, reminding them that even in the darkest moments, hope and divine protection are always available to those who maintain their faith and righteousness. The Most High. The presence of the Archangel Michael plays an important role both in religious traditions and in the collective imagination, as he is seen as the guardian and protector of the faithful in the face of evil forces. His figure is mentioned in the Holy Scriptures as a symbol of hope and divine assistance in times of distress and conflict. The belief that Michael intervenes as a spiritual warrior and intervenes in earthly affairs on behalf of God is a source of comfort and security for all those who are faced with problems and adversity along the way. Over the centuries, Michael's presence has served as an inexhaustible source of inspiration and comfort to countless people in all parts of the world, underscoring his enduring influence as a symbol of faith and hope. The imposing figure of Archangel Michael transcends denominational boundaries and serves as a beacon of light and protection in spiritual traditions and the collective consciousness. In the Holy Scriptures, his presence is described as an anchor of hope in the midst of the storms of life, as a shield against the onslaught of darkness. His divine mission as protector of the faithful is proclaimed in ancient tales and whispers of faith that echo through the ages for those who tread the winding paths of human existence. The figure of Michael is more than just a heavenly guardian. He is a living symbol of the divine promise of help and protection. His shining armor and flaming sword are symbols of the eternal battle between good and evil, and his victory over evil is a powerful reminder of the superiority of light over shadow. In moments of despair and uncertainty, believers find comfort in the certainty that he is with them and ready to intercede on their behalf before the throne of God. His presence is like an invincible shield against the siege of the enemy and like an unshakable fortress in the midst of the storms of life. He is the guardian of souls, the heavenly warrior who fights tirelessly for justice and truth. Beyond the sacred pages, the figure of Michael echoes in popular culture and the arts, inspiring grandeur and beauty in works of art, be it the grandeur of a Renaissance painting or the intensity of a modern play. He is the hero of legends and the protagonist of epic battles that resonate in people's hearts. In short, the figure of the Archangel Michael is much more than just a figure from sacred scripture. He is a living symbol of the faith and hope of believers on their spiritual journeys. His presence is a constant reminder of the divine protection that is always available to those who trust in the power of the Most High, and in every battle, in every trial, Michael is present, raising his sword in defense of the righteous and lighting the way for those who seek the truth.